Hi, I'm Phyllis from southernfrugal.com. Several months ago, I had a request from, I believe it was Bryson Hatfield, that asked me if I had a recipe for fried rice. Well, I do and I don't, because there is no real recipe. There's just sort of more of a procedure. You can kind of put in whatever you want. Of course, the base being rice. Now, I've already cooked 1.5 cups of Jasmine rice, so that really has made about 3 cups. I've let it cool and just let it be sitting on the stove without a lid on it. So what we're going to do first is fry out a pork chop, because this is going to be pork fried rice. This is a pork chop that I got in a pack of 3. The other 2 were smaller, and obviously there's just 2 of us here. So we're going to use this for the pork fried rice. Now what I'm going to do is put a little bit of a flour coating on it, just because I like it that way. If this were truly Chinese pork fried rice, you wouldn't do that, okay? But I'm doing it the way I want to do it. So I've got my skillet on medium, and I'm just going to barely put a little bit of flour on this pork chop, just because I like the way it tastes that way. Let me get rid of this. So just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is fully cook the pork chop. Just put a little bit on this side. And then I'm going to cut it up into little squares. And now this pork chop has very little fat on it, which is good. So there we go. Alright, that's a pretty big pork chop, really. So what we're going to do is cook this for about 20 minutes. It should be done. When it's done, we'll be back and start putting all this together. Alright, our pork chop has gotten done. I used a splatter screen so it didn't get all over my stove. So we're going to take the pork chop up and let it cool. Then I'm going to cut it up into little squares. See? I like it brown like that, and putting that little bit of flour on it just gives it a little bit of an edge. Alright, so now I'm going to clean out my skillet. Just kind of wipe it out. Alright. I've got my burner on sort of medium-low, so that we've got 2 eggs, and these are 2 large eggs, and I'm going to put some onion powder in them and some garlic powder and just a little bit of teriyaki sauce. Now you could use soy sauce if you wanted to. I just particularly like that. Alright, so we're going to put just a little bit of garlic powder in the eggs, and a little bit of onion powder, and maybe just a teaspoon or so of the teriyaki sauce. And we're going to beat those up real good. And these eggs, of course, are going to go into the fried rice, pork fried rice actually. So we're just going to go ahead and cook those eggs. Not going to be stirring them around. We're just going to leave them like that and let them get really good and done. Make sure I got all that out. Alright. I'm going to flip those over when it gets cooked on one side, and we'll be back and I'll show you what we're going to do with them. Alright, we cooked this egg without stirring it up or anything. We're just going to flip it over now. Or flip it over as best we can. You'll notice that it's got a little brown on it, and that's exactly what we're looking for, just a little bit. So we're going to let that finish cooking. Now, I have already prepared my other vegetables that are going to go in. This is about 1.5 cups of those baby green lima beans, and I did cook those for about 20 minutes to make sure they're good and done. The other stuff is not cooked. We're going to cook that in the big skillet. This is about 2 cups of green top onions and about a cup and a half of carrots, and I slice those thin on the diagonal, kind of. This is about 2 cups of, or maybe a cup and a half of sliced mushrooms, and these are the big mushrooms. Some of the green beans from Aldi's, I also tried to slice those a little bit on the at an angle. This is about a half a cup of frozen green peas. Alright, and the other thing we're going to do, this is some cilantro from my little garden outside, and I just went ahead and picked it and put it in a little damp paper towel. Alright, so I'm sure these eggs are done now. What we're going to do is take those out and put them in a plate and let them cool. So it didn't matter that it broke in half because we're going to shred the eggs. Alright, so now we're going to get out the big skillet, get some oil in there. I'm going to turn it up to sort of medium-high to start with. And of these vegetables, the thing that's going to take the longest to cook is going to be the carrots. So I'm going to put those in first. Just stir them around a little bit and let them get some of that oil on them. Alright, so we're going to let these cook. It'll probably take about, I'm guessing, 15 minutes for the carrots to cook. Then we're going to start adding the other ingredients. Actually, we'll probably let them cook 10 minutes, and then I'm going to start adding the other stuff. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, I think I had my camera on while I was cutting up the pork. I'm not sure, but anyway, the carrots are probably about 3/4 of the way done. I'm going to go ahead and put in the onions. Now this is about 2 cups of green top onions. And that did come out of our garden. So I'm just going to put those in and allow those to cook for just a few minutes. Just a short period of time. Alright, so I've got to get a little bit of water. Hold on. Show you what the pork looks like. I cut it off the bone, and any fat that was on it that had gotten crispy, which happens when you have that flour on it, I left that on just a little bit and then cut the rest of it in little square cubes. And I cut the eggs in long strips and then cut those in little squares. So that's all ready to go. Alright, so we've got our burner on medium now. I'm just wilting those onions a little bit. Now we're going to dump in the peas, which will take about 6 minutes to cook. Green beans, 6 to 8 minutes. Put those in. So now what I'm going to do is actually put a little water in here. Maybe 1/4 of a cup of water and steam them. See if I can find my lid. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to steam these for about 6 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, so these have been cooking, the beans and the peas, for about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put the mushrooms in, and these are large mushrooms I got at Aldi's because I like to be able to see what I'm eating. I like to know they're mushrooms. I don't want them to just, you know, come all apart. Plus they're cheaper. So they're really just steaming is what they're doing. Make sure I've got those all cut apart. So we're just going to let this cook maybe another 5 or so minutes and we'll be back. Alright, we are back, and I think that our vegetables and the mushrooms are all done. And so now we're going to go ahead and put in these beans that were pre-cooked. These are the green baby limas. We'll dump those in. Mix that all up. put in our pork. We're also going to put some cilantro in here. We're going to make that for last. Alright, so there's the vegetables and the meat. And now we're going to go ahead and put some salt in. Not a whole lot, but some. And we're going to put in probably about 3 tablespoons of the teriyaki. Maybe 4. Okay. Mix that all up again. Now we're going to put the eggs in. Mix that all up. And now we're ready for the rice to go in. And again, this was 1.5 cups uncooked, so it made about 3 cups once it was cooked. And we left it with the lid off, sitting on the counter really for an hour or so. It's all cool. And this is jasmine rice. I'm going to put it all in and hope I can mix it up in this pan. So all we're going to be doing now is heating this rice through. That's all we're really going to be doing. And again, now the rice cooked and didn't have any salt, so we're going to put a bunch of salt on the rice. And I'm going to go ahead and put some more onion powder. Can y'all see that? I think I cut my light out a while ago. Some of the onion salt. We're going to put some more of the garlic. Hold on, let me cut my light on. So, we're going to use more of the garlic powder. That's better. I can see now. It's got to come out. And more of the teriyaki right on top. Alright, so now comes the tablet. I put my hand. Oh, that thing's hot. Alright, find something else. We're going to use a spoon. See if we can't get this mixed up. I don't want any big clumps of rice in there, so we need to mix it pretty thorough. My burner's still on, so it's still steaming, and this whole time the rice is getting warmed over. So we can put a little water in there, maybe about 1/4 of a cup. And this will be enough for at least 6 servings. Cilantro in the very last thing. So what I'm going to do is roll these up as best I can, these little leaves. I picked all the leaves off the stems, and I'm just rolling them up so I can cut them in little bitty pieces. Alright, I've already get some of them. I'm just going to take my little small scissors, whoops, snip them in there. And so this is cilantro. I think they call it Chinese parsley in China, probably. But I'm not sure. All I know is it's cilantro. Okay. Now we're just going to mix that in. You can hear it sizzling. That water's been soaked up. Now, okay, there it is. Pork fried rice. Just go ahead and cut the burner off and just leave it sitting here with the lid on. And let all those flavors kind of mingle, and we'll be back. Okay, we have got the plates ready. I did make a little salad with arugula and some sliced sliced apples, excuse me. And the only thing that has on it's a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Mr. Bucky came in here and fixed our tea. There's my plate, so you can actually tell what's in there. You can tell the ingredients. There's the pork, the little peas, the carrots, the green beans, all of it. You can tell what's in there. I really like it this way. Doesn't look very Chinese, but this is my version of pork fried rice. Okay, we will see y'all next time.